Shabbat Shalom. I invite you to turn to page 9. This beautiful line from Shir Shirim, the Song of Songs. Kol dodi hine zeba. That's it. That's the whole thing we'll be singing. The voice of my beloved. Behold, it comes. It's also transliterated right underneath. Took a trip to across country from a certain part of the country, and we were in Zion National Park. Has anyone ever been to Zion? Gorgeous. And there was a hike up this with beautiful waterfalls, and there was a family ahead of us that we learned was from Mamaroneck, because somehow we ended up calling one to the other. They would go New Fairfield, and we would say Mamaroneck, and they were ahead of us. And throughout the hike, which was like up a kind of a spirally mountain, we would hear Mamaroneck, and call out Mamaroneck, and they would call back New Fairfield. And the whole hike was this back and forth of call and response, which reminded us that there was somewhere farther to go. And that's what this Kol Dodi Hine Zeba is a call. The beloved that calls out is, according to the tradition, God. And we are supposed to be awakened by that response in some way. And that happens in so many ways that the call comes. Most of us don't get to hear the call from God directly, but we may hear it from the top of a mountain, or we may hear it from our beloved, or we may sense something that is calling us out. And so the ba, the coming, also is what Shabbat is supposed to give us a space for, to be able to listen for it calling out. So I invite us on the Shabbat of Parashat Lech Lecha to create some space to hear something calling us, or to pay attention at least, to see if we might have the openness to hearing that voice. Lechun Ranana, page 10.
Page 11.
Page 11, sorry.
Lechun Ranana.
Page 16, the fourth line. Shama v'tismach Zion v'tagerna menot Yehuda leman mishpatecha Adonai ki ata Adonai Elyon al kol haaretz me'olam etam al kol Elohim
Adonai Sinura Shomer nafshot chasidav Yad reshaim yatzilem
Zaru al tzadikim Uyishrei lev simcha Simchot tzadikim Adonai Ve'odu lezecher kodsho Page 17, Mizmor Shir Adonai Shir Chadash Kinitau Tasan Hariu Adonai kol haaretz v'tzchu v'ranu v'zameru Adonai Yiram hayamum lo tevel ve'yoshveiva Narot yimcha uchaf yachad arim yiraneinu
Lifnei Adonai kiva Lishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel b'tzedek Ve'amim b'meisharim
Page 19, Adonai melach yiretzion v'yoshev v'yoshev Page 20.
Moshe ve'Aaron b'kohanav U'Shmuel b'koreh shemo Korim el Adonai Ve'hu אל נוסע איתה להם ונוקם על עלילותם מזמור לדוד עבור אדוני השתחוו לאדוני בעדת קודש
Oded LevAri, page 23.
בגדי תפארתך עמי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי קורבה אל נפשי גאלה אוי לך אדוני לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה אוי לך אדוני לקראת כלה בני שבת דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה אוי לך תבושי ולא תקמינה תשתוכחי ומתמידה יחסו עניי עמי ומיתה יראתי לה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה והיו לי משיסה שעושייך ורחקו כל מבנייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כבשוס קטן קטן הכלה לך
sing Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, page 27. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. The second line, Tov Lehodot. Oh, sorry. The eighth line, sorry. Tzadik hatamar yitrach eretz Babylon yizkeh shetuli b'vet.
Lehagi ki hasharia tzuri velo avlatabo.
Page 29, Adonai malach yulavesh lavesh Adonai yotzikach עדותך נאמנו מהון, לביתך נא הקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים. Parshat Lech Lecha begins with the call to Avram to leave his home and his parents' house to a land and the place of his birth, to a land that God will show him. But the tradition has, the commentators are very curious why Avram receives the call. What makes him the receiver of the call, since we don't know anything about his attributes from the Torah itself. There is nothing that preps us for that call, the Kol Dodi, the call of the beloved. And there's a beautiful teaching that comes from the end of Parashat Noach that leads us into why Avram receives the call. And it teaches that both Avram and his father receive a call that awakens them spiritually. Terach and Abraham make their way and they leave. And then the Torah says that Terach settled in Haran, that he settled there. And the teaching that is in Iturei Torah says that so many of us, no matter where we are, receive a call of awakening. We hear something that says, get up. You have something you need to do. You have some place you need to go. You have someone you need to meet. You have some work that you need to do in the world. But Terach stopped halfway, and he settled. Says The Torah doesn't say that he stopped halfway, but it says that he settled. And so what the commentator does is say, well, Terach settled, but Avraham was ready to go all the way. He was ready to stop not halfway up the mountain. Mamaroneck, New Fairfield, you get a call and you respond to the call and you keep going. But sometimes we don't want to go all the way up the mountain. It seems too hard and too far. And sometimes the call feels faint, Mamaroneck, softer. But what this teaching of Iturei Torah says is what was unique and special about Abraham is that he didn't get cold feet. And he didn't stop halfway. And because of that is why he gets called by God, Lech Lecha, to go forth from his native place and his home to a land that God will show him. And I think this teaching is so profound and true about life, is that there are so many instances in our life where we have an aha, where we feel like we know where we need to go. We know what we need to do. We have some insight that sends us on our way. But often we get stopped in our tracks because it feels too hard to move forward, or the clarity that we had earlier doesn't seem so clear. And this beautiful attribute that the tradition assigns to Abraham about his willingness to push through the sense of being static and having settled is the quality that makes him able to hear God's voice. It's that very sense of knowing that there's a place to go to, that there's an aspiration that makes him the vessel for the voice of God that calls to him. And so I invite us on this Shabbat, and I think, living in the world that we're living in right now, which feels very stopped in its tracks, if not descending the mountain, that I think we sometimes feel like we don't know anymore where to go, or we don't know if it's the right way to proceed forward, or to plow through to a vision of the world that we're looking for feels impossible. But the difference between Terach and Avram, according to this teaching, is not only that Terach was an idol worshiper and Avram smashed the idols, the famous Midrash, but that Abraham wasn't willing to get stopped in his tracks. And Shabbat is the time to refuel so that we don't get stopped in our tracks. We're on the run, we're working our path, and we may not hear the call from above all the time. But today, these 25 hours of Shabbat are to take out the noise and to give us the space to say, what was it that I was called to do? Where was it that I was called to go? What work was I meant to do in the world? Who was I meant to reconnect with? And what is my purpose and role that God sent me on a path to do? That I can take a little rest this Shabbat, but will send me on my way so I won't stop halfway up the mountain. page 39a. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher yibaro mari v'arei mechokma potei asherim. Uma'avir yom u'me'ivir layla, u'mabdil ben yom u'ben layla. Adonai tziva'ot shemo, El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'aravim. Page 40. Avat olam beit Yisrael amcha Torah mitzvot u'kimu
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגי יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
חיים שמוע תשמעו מצאתה ישן ומצא ואתכם היום. Page 43A. We pray for redemption, Michamacha, page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל דחנו שירה בשמחה רבה הגיע לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
אמן. השכיבנו, page 45. השכיבנו אדוני אלינו לשלום, עמידנו מלכנו לחיים ופרסמנו סוכה. ובצל כנפנו. ושמור צאתנו.
Sukkot Sheomer יתגדל ויתקדש שמר אפיו בעלמה דברה קירותה וימליך מלכותה בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי בכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהא שמר הבא מברך מעליו ועל מעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמד קודשה ברכו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה
You spend now in time with the silent Amidah, pages 47 to 52, or you can use this time of personal prayer and reflection in your own hearts. page 53, Vayichulu. Vayichulu Hashemayim ve'aretz v'chol tzva'ah, Vayichal Elohim vayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa, Vayishbot vayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa, Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
ברוך אתה, אדוני, אלוהינו, ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ.
מגן אבות בעברו, בחיי מתים ואמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו.
המניח לאמור ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם.
ענב נבוא ליראה בפחד, ונודה לשמוע בכל יום תמיד.
מעון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעם מדושני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית.
אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו אמותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו מצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, שבנו מטובך ושמח נפשנו בישועתך, ותאר ליבנו לאהובתך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו וישראל לקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Kaddish Shalem, page 54. יתגדל ויתקדש שמך רבה, יעמד דבחירותי וימלך מלכותי, בחייכון ובכל החיים שלו בישראל, בגלה וזכרי ויאמרו הלל.
יש נראה במברך, יעלם לעלמי עלמיה, יתברך.
Rach v'ishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasham Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimeru
תתקבל צלותיהון ובאותיהון לכל ישראל קודם עברו נשמע והמרו אמן.
ישתברה במין שמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו
אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו
This Shabbat we celebrate the Bat Mitzvah of Tessa Butler, and she'll lead us in Kiddush on page 55. Come on. We also invite any children who are here to come for a cup of juice. And if you're here for the first time, we'd like to welcome you, so also come to the front. And we're going to learn a little bit of a new melody. So it has a call and response. We're going to do the lilas. It's part of Aleinu. So call and response. Join us.
Rai, 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 rai,
preview. It's a preview. Okay. Welcome. Go for this. Welcome to all our guests and the kids. We turn to Aleinu, which is on page 56, and the words of the melody that we just sang. Oh, the blessing. I forgot the blessing. Little verklempt. Here, come guys, all the kids.
המלאך הגואל אותי יברך את הנערים ויקרא בהם שמי בשם אבותיי בשם אבותיי אברהם ויצחק ויגדלו לרוב בקרב
For the girls, we say Yisimech Elohim Kisara Rivka Rachel Leah, and for the boys, Yisimcha Elohim Ke'Ephraim U'Chamanasha, and together, Yivarechecha Adonai v'Yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha v'Yichuneka, Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha v'Yasem Lecha Shalom. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. So Aleinu is on page 56, the words to the melody that we were going to start with Aleinu davening, and then we'll join together for Bahashavota, which is the second to last line, the third line in. The second to last line, third line in.
Third word.
You'll catch up.
Third word.
Third word in, yes. Aleinu leshavet.
לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שמות השמיים ויוסד אל לבביך כי
Please remain standing for Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah v'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'yamru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah v'rach le'olam omei omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei dekudesha brecho, le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'yamru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'roma, v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yamru amen.
Shabbat Shalom. We wish a mazal tov to Tessa Hudson Butler, her parents Eileen and Larry, her sister Sydney, on Tessa becoming a bat mitzvah. We are sad to announce the death of our member Martin Hertz, who will be buried on Sunday, and after his burial we will express our condolences to his wife Claire, their daughter and son-in-law Mandy Wolkoff and Andrew Friedman, and their grandchildren. Our community also extends our sincere condolences to Rabbi Yael Buchler and Yair Kramer and their children on the death of Yael's grandfather, Dr. Bennett Parstek. Thank you to our Friday night greeters, our ushers tonight. We are having different parts of the community welcome us on our Friday nights, and tonight our Refugee and Immigration Committee served as our Friday night greeters. Bruchim Habayim, welcome to Linda Drury and students from the Heschel Day School in Northridge, California. Where are you guys? Welcome, Shabbat Shalom. And welcome to anyone who's here for the first time. Anyone who we haven't met yet, please come say hi to one of us. Tomorrow, Hachnat L'Tefillah begins at 8:45 in the chapel. And after that, our main service begins at 9:30. This Shabbat, Lech Lecha, we are talking about stories of journeying. Stories will be shared from refugees, asylum seekers, and immigrants during and after Shabbat morning services, and during Havdalah in the sanctuary, the chapel, and Havdalah is at SPSA. This is part of the National Hayas Refugee Shabbat Initiative. There are also family services tomorrow morning, 10:45, all ages, all on the other side in the community house. We have our program to present reflections from BJ's exchange with the Michigan Corrections Organization. This is happening on Monday at 7 o'clock. You'll have a chance to hear from Rolly and from BJ members about their experience. And then on Tuesday, the Jewish Museum of Vienna is doing a program on combating anti-Semitism and xenophobia at 7 in the community house. And then one more thing to highlight. There's always a lot. You can look online after Shabbat and find everything that is going on at BJ. Reimagine NYC, the week of October 27th through November 3rd. BJ will be one of many hosts of this project, which is a citywide program featuring over 250 events on the topic of life and how to pay attention to what happens at the end of our lives. We want to turn your attention to Death Over Shabbat Dinner on November 2nd and talking honestly about death and dying, an interactive story-sharing performance. That will be on October 29th. There's a lot more, but I won't read it now. Felicia has one more announcement.
I just want to call your attention, BJ members on Sunday, I think it will go out on Sunday, will receive an email that will describe all the programs for the celebration. This is the 100th year of our sanctuary. It was built in 1918, and there are going to be a number of programs during the course of November and December to celebrate that, the first of which will be on November 1st, where Rolly and the Reverends Kay Carpin and Ed Horn and will gather together with all BJ members who were here when the ceiling collapsed in 1991. Not officially in the building when the ceiling collapsed. And then we'll be gathering the next one on November 4th. Anyone who had a simcha in the sanctuary, a bat mitzvah, a brit milah, a baby naming, a wedding. So we're gathering all different kinds of parts of the community. November 7th, after the election, which hope will be a happy day, we'll gather all the people who did social justice in the sanctuary. And then there's a couple of others, anyone who was on the board of BJ over the course of its 100 years and is still alive, and multi-generational families. So we hope that you'll participate. Also, if you have a kippah from an event in the sanctuary, we're going to be gathering all the kippots. So we're going to be doing a hanging of all the kippots. And we would love anyone to send in a video that said the sanctuary means this to me. So we're getting the voices of everyone in the community. There'll be a big gala to raise money for the community and to honor Jeannie Blaustein and Peter Bokor, and honor also Rabbi Rachel Cowan. May her memory be for a blessing, as well as a community celebration of Hanukkah on December 9th. So it's a very auspicious moment, 100 years of this sanctuary and 100 years of incredible history of the story of our community. And we hope no matter where you are in the community, new, long-timer, young or older, that you'll find your way to participate and make this 100-year celebration a future forward-looking experience of what the next 100 years will be. We'll conclude with Ki Yishmerei Shabbat on page 61.
Shabbat, El Yishmereni.
Shabbat, El Yishmereni.
Oti le'ol me'at beino ubeni.
Oti le'ol me'at beino ubeni.
Asur מצוחפת הזו דרכים, גם מי ידבר בו דברי צרכים, דברי סחורה, אף דברי מלכים, נגע בתורת אל ותחכמני. ישמר השבת, אל ישמרני, ישמר השבת, אל ישמרני, אותי לעולמי עד בינו וביני, אותי
ויברך את עמיו בשלום. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.